域展開。無料空所。
What's up, YouTubers? It's your boy Spectre here, and today I want to talk to you guys about 007 First Light. This game was a lot of fun, honestly. I had a lot of fun playing as James Bond and going through his story and learning how he becomes 007. And honestly, I'm quite shocked. I didn't really know what I was going to be expecting going into a James Bond game. I'm going to be honest, I've never seen a single 007 movie whatsoever. So my expectation for this was like, it really wasn't really none at all, honestly. I just kind of expected some cool spy stuff, which I got a lot of. So honestly, I'm not complaining. If anything, I kind of just got what I had imagined in mind. I had no high expectations or low expectations. I expected only one thing per se. It would just be cool spy stuff. That's really all I had in mind. And it definitely did that. I did some really cool spy shit, you know? Got a cool ass watch, got a cool ass laser, got a cool ass car that literally shoots missiles, got some cool gadgets to work with, cool little organization fighting off evil governments, you know, the good old spy stuff. I couldn't complain. I think 007 just sets out to do exactly what it's supposed to do, and it does it really goddamn good, honestly. And this being the First Light is just the tip of the iceberg, honestly. We can really go a long ways with this. I can see this going on to be a very successful franchise. Of course, 007, James Bond is already a very popular character, but I'm just talking about this game in general. I can see this becoming very popular. And I saw at the end it said James Bond will return. Alright, so obviously there's gonna be a sequel. Hopefully nothing comes up, you know, disrupts the development team and makes them not so they don't, you know, want to continue the project, or whether some studio interference gets in the way, because there seems to be a common occurrence these days with video games where studios get in the way. They make a very popular game or something goes really big and they just be like, how about for the sequel we just cut you guys' budget but you guys still make us the same amount of money. It never makes sense. It never has. It never will. So the moment that companies learn to not fucking do that and actually respect their employees and actually pay them and raise their pay instead of lowering their pay, then we'll be getting somewhere. But for the time being, unfortunately, I think in the future we might end up start seeing more and more of this. Well, we already seen it, but I think it's just gonna keep going up from there, being a problem. You guys get my point. It's just keep being a problem, right? So a lot of things going on currently in the gaming industry. There's a lot of things I wish to speak about, but I just have not had the time to make videos and talk about these things. You know, I had a lot of thoughts, honestly. This may be a little off topic, but I do want to say first things first, RIP to the original OG actress, voice actor for Kairi from Kingdom Hearts. I saw that very unfortunate news. I am very sorry to hear that news. My condolences out to her and her family, because that right there, that hit hard, honestly. That hit hard. Alright, but back to the story at hand. 007 First Light. Man, this game is something, man, I tell you. This game is wow, like I said, like wow, like, you know, I'm meeting characters that I thought would be boring but end up being cool. Like Greenway was one of those characters where I thought he was just gonna be a teacher. I thought he was gonna be one of those academy teachers that taught James Bond in the early days. We really weren't gonna see him show up much later on, but he ended up playing a much bigger part than I ever imagined. So I'm kind of curious, has James Bond ever had like a origin story per se before this? I'd imagine he's had a backstory, but has it been like told before? Has it been shown to this extent? And I feel like it has not been shown to this extent. But you know, there's things I feel like that could be added, some things that could, like, you know, be told, or some things that could be like changed. But for the most part, I think this game does a really good job of what it sets out to do. Like, for example, I feel like I don't think all the 00s should have been killed, you know? I think 00, what was it, 9? Him going rogue, but it ended up being for a very good reason. It's something that I did like. I like that, you know, it just wasn't him being like on some real betrayal stuff. It was a greater ambition, but I think it also could benefit from having an actual 00 who actually did go rogue, and it turned out he just was evil, you know? I think I see both sides being something really interesting turned out to be. But I see as the story goes on, we see that AI and trusting the AI becomes such a big issue, because it's like they got the supercomputer Thea that does everything. it basically tracks crime down, and crime is pretty much stopped before it even has a chance to really proceed to get anything to a very big threat. But apparently, you know, this system can be manipulated to the benefit of others, which makes sense. All right, if a government was to make a supercomputer that could pretty much predict crime or catch crime before it even happens, and this computer so happened to keep producing flaws after flaws after flaws, I can definitely see some rich billionaire asshole definitely doing some shit like this and just like saying like, hey, you know what? I kind of don't want the public to know that this computer is like fucking up. Like, this computer is fucking up bad. I just want the public to know this computer is saving lives. So, you know, basically every time they comes up with these little theories or it catches a crime, you know, basically you got, you know, the billionaires, you know, switching it up, trying to make it all come true, because even if the machine makes a mistake, the man will always try to fix it and makes it so, you know, the machine's never wrong. But that's pointless. What's the point in trying to cover your tracks like that, honestly? Because, like, just admit it, bro. Like, you made an AI that didn't work. Go back to the drawing board. But, hey, man, billionaires in their tech and, you know, trying to get to the big of the world. But not in the face of James Bond, man. He's a man that will never stop. Always on a mission. Always going to keep fighting the good fight. James Bond has went through a lot in this game. He went through a lot. He suffered from a lot of loss. A lot of loss. So, it's like, that it's a lot to try to come back for. It never really got clarified what per se happened with the double O. Like, we knew what happened to the rest of the double O's, but like some double O's survived and went off grid. So I wanted these other double O's may show back up in the future, you know, in different ways. Whether these double O's end up becoming rogues or vigilantes, or they may end up becoming something against MIT. I was like, or I can't even remember, right? It's like MIT or M16. I cannot remember. I can't remember the exact name of the company. But because when for me right now, guys, it's been like a week now, probably 2 weeks since I beat 007 First Light. So my memory's a little, it's not faded, but it's a little janky. It's a little janky because I have been doing a lot of different things since that point. And I'm playing a lot of different games. So, yeah, excuse me if I do mess it up a little bit. And 007 First Light, as far as what this game could be overall, I feel like this game is definitely a 8 out of 10. Why is it not a 9 out of 10? Yeah, it's simple. It's too short. I'm sorry, it's too short. I want it more. I want to play more James Bond. That's all I ask. Give me more James Bond. Yes, I'm an addict. I want to play James Bond more. I wanted to drive the fucking car too. Like, bro, don't get me wrong. It's cool that I was able to use the car inside for a closed area, but like, you know how we went through the little training in the beginning of the game where basically you learn to drive? And like, yeah, you had a couple chase scenes when you did drive the car, but it was obvious that the developers never really thought of the idea of like, maybe we should like let the player be able to drive the car like more freely, because obviously when you're driving the car, you're driving it in a chase and on a mission. So yeah, you're driving the car, but it's not like a free drive sort of thing. It's more of a, yeah, I'm chasing this guy down, so just keep your foot on the gas and make sure you dodge every obstacle in your way. So it does give you that feeling like, yeah, I'm in a James Bond movie. All right, yeah, I'm chasing down a bad guy right now. There is nothing getting in my way. Nothing's going to stop me. I will keep going no matter what. Which definitely encapsulates that feeling. It really gets that feeling going for you, you know? It really gets you in there. It really gets you feeling the mind of James Bond, especially in doing those missions when he's like having conversations with people. And then, you know, Moneypenny, who have code names. Everybody's so secretive, don't really want to say like too much what's going on. Everybody has big secrets. M doesn't want to talk too much. You know, Greenway says that, you know, it's best for you to know less than more. It's a lot of stuff that kind of goes on that just kind of has you like, okay, like everybody has their own little secrets that they don't want to say. Everybody has the way they feel about things, but at the end of the day, James Bond is like, okay, like, yeah, I want to know, but like, if you're not going to tell me, then well, I'm just going to do my job. You know, and if that means that I have to go above and beyond to achieve that, then yeah, I'll go above and beyond to achieve that. So shout out to James Bond for that. But with all that being said, folks, thanks for watching. If you like video, if you like video, so inside the video, tell me in the comments below and tell me what your thoughts were when you played 007 First Light, and what was your thoughts on this game? What do you expect to see from the sequel? Honestly, I hope to see that the woman show back up, and I hope to see another 007 show, or another 00 show up in the future. Can you see you next time, Spectro? See ya.